Hi, I'm Kirby.
I'm Dana.
And we are
Migratory Nerds. It's time for our latest adventure. Let's get exploring.
Alright, we're headed back to New York City for a little bit of work, but we'll have a few evenings off to do some fun things around the city. We had quite the interesting travel day where our flight that was originally supposed to go to LaGuardia was diverted to JFK due to weather, and then we flew from JFK to LaGuardia with about 12 people on the plane. After a 7-hour instead of a 4-hour travel day, we did absolutely nothing on our first evening in New York. If seeing Broadway or off-Broadway shows is on your list, we highly recommend the TKTS booths. There's that very well-known one in Times Square, but there's also a smaller one in Lincoln Center, which is usually less busy, and you get to wait indoors. Our second day in New York was still kind of dreary, but we enjoyed roaming around Central Park, especially after such a long, crazy travel day and spending 7+ hours in an airplane. After only seeing the inside of airports, planes, subways, and hotels, we're getting out, getting a little fresh air today. A visit to Central Park is a must-do for us on every New York trip, but it's so large we still haven't seen, done, and explored it all. A new spot for us we hadn't explored yet is the Chess and Checkers house, which is named that way for obvious reasons. There's also public restrooms here if you need them. This is accessible by ramp if necessary, or there are stairs up to it. I say this every time we visit New York, but I love exploring Central Park and its little green oasis in the middle of all of the crazy buildings and infrastructure and skyscrapers in the rest of the city. It's definitely a dreary day, but it's better than the deluge of rain and weather that we had yesterday, so we'll take it. Another thing that amazes me about Central Park is, despite there being millions of people who live and visit the city, there are times that we're the only people exploring a certain part. Time to head back into the heart of the city and get some dinner. And who is surprised that dinner number 1 is at Junior's? Pro tip, if you want to have space for cheesecake dessert, you can share. This is only half of that sandwich. We ended our evening with show number 1 of the trip. Another evening, we were near downtown. This is the Oculus, which is a shopping mall but also serves as a major subway transit hub. We squeezed another show in. The following day was very busy with work, so we fast forward to that evening and dinner again. And we're back. Alright, how were your 2 meals at Junior's?
So listen, Junior's is touristy, and it's in Times Square, so I don't think the prices are insane, actually.
No, I really don't.
But it's really good, and you never have to wait, it feels like, when you go.
No, if you need a good meal quickly, Junior's is it. I mean, that food came out like, they're cranking it out, so it's a good
It's
quick.
like a New York deli.
Yeah.
And if you're into cheesecake, they have a lot.
There's also a window in Schubert Alley, which is by the Schubert Theaters, that's just to go like cheesecake. So you could see your Broadway shows and then get a cheesecake to go to take back to your hotel with you.
We will continue to go there. Don't judge us.
Probably more than once each trip. All right, so we saw 3 shows in this time that we were here. The first one was Death Becomes Her, which is based on the movie, if you're familiar. But I think it was better than the movie.
It was really, really fun.
It was really, really fun.
Really silly, really campy.
Yes.
I think anybody would like it.
Yes, I think it appeals to to everyone. There are a few instances of foul language. I do think it appeals to younger kids, but if that's something you're offended by, not the fact that there are undead people on the stage, but just warning you. And then the second show we saw was Pirates, the Penzance musical, which is it's Pirates of Penzance, but they set it in New Orleans, so they renamed it a little bit. It was, I mean, Dana really likes Pirates of Penzance. So
I really like the original, so some of the takes they took with making things a little bit more jazzy, and I was sort of like, eh. But it's because I really like the original, not because it wasn't awesome.
Yeah, it was a really fun evening. And then the last show we saw was Dead Outlaw.
Yeah,
which if you
really
don't know anything about it and you're interested and it's still running, look it up. It was really a different, like very different from your traditional Broadway show, and I enjoyed it. I wasn't sure what to think going in, but I really enjoyed it.
The music was really good, I thought.
And again, different than your traditional Broadway music, but really good.
And incredible cast.
Yeah.
Like everyone was a lead.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Finally, halfway through this trip, getting our first New York bagel. Liberty Bagels is probably tied for our favorite New York bagels with Essa Bagels. Don't worry, we get there by the end of the trip. But Liberty Bagels always has fun, uniquely colored bagels. This was a Mother's Day bagel, and then obviously their famous rainbow bagel. Our last day in the city, we were done with work obligations, so we headed to the Met, which is something Dana has always wanted to do, but our visit previous years had coincided with the Met Gala, so the Met wasn't open for visitors when we were there. The Met is quite extensive, so I would recommend looking at the map ahead of time and sort of picking out your top things that you want to do, as it'll obviously take more than one visit to really see and do it all. Even in New York, we can't get away from Florida. I think this was my favorite exhibit that we saw. It was the New Art, it's American photography from 1839 when it was invented to 1910. The exhibit showed a range of early photography formats and then explained the similarities and differences of each photography type. And most of the people involved, either behind the camera or in the photographs, aren't famous. They don't even know who some of those people are. Alright, migratory nerdy fact of the video. The Met is home to the world's oldest surviving piano. The museum's collection includes about 5,000 instruments, and one of them is the world's oldest surviving piano. It dates back to 1720 and was created by Bartolomeo Cristofaro, the Italian man who's credited with inventing the piano.
We explored the Egypt room, which is very famous at the Met. Has anyone ever seen Ocean's 8? The American wing at the Met covers 2 floors. It's probably a solid fourth of the Met, and it has furniture and art, all the way from the very opulent to the very simple. There was a sizable amount of Tiffany glass. This was a reproduction of Francis W. Little's house that was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright.
So this exhibit honors the diversity of Indigenous life. There's the work of more than 50 Indigenous groups represented, as well as major Native American aesthetic forms in painting, drawing, sculpture, textiles, quill and bead embroidery, baskets, and ceramics.
We spent a good time in the Asian art section. If you need a respite, it was a quieter wing of the Met that we could just kind of chill out a little bit.
Our final meal in New York was at Stick to My Pot Stickers, which was right near our hotel. We shared a variety of little dumpling and pot stickers, and they were all delicious. Our final stop before the airport is obviously going to be Essa Bagels. All right, how was your day at the Met?
The Met is huge. I had not been in like 20 years.
I don't think I'd ever been.
It's pretty impressive, but I feel like you need maybe at least 2 days, if not more. By the end of our day, we were just sort of overwhelmed. It's the constant hum of humans and just people being around you, and it's some of the areas, because of all the lighting, it's very warm, and we just were like exhausted.
It can be a lot if sensory and that kind of thing. Although we said it in the voiceover, the Asian art area I think was the quietest. Like we just found a bench for a little bit.
And that may not be the case every
all
day,
the time, but
that day
there were some small, like quieter places to enjoy. We did get apparently I didn't take pictures. We did get a meal at the Met.
I think at that point we were so exhausted. We were like
So there are a few cafe and food options. It's pricey.
It's expensive.
So just there are options there, but it's pricey.
Yeah.
I believe with the ticket you could leave and come back.
Yes.
So you could go for opening and leave and get lunch somewhere more reasonably priced and then come back later in the day.
And I did see some food carts outside of the front entrance, so that's a possibility, but
we were just, it was raining. We were inside and we were there. So we had a really good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to go back because we didn't even see. I know we scratched the surface, and then I want to do the Met cloisters too.
That sounds really relaxing.
Which, if it hadn't been raining, was going to be our plan.
Right.
But we had a very rainy 6 days in New York.
It was downpouring that day when we went to the Met. The cloisters are a lot of gardens to explore.
And uptown, way uptown.
Way uptown.
So, yeah, next time.
It's quiet uptown.
Hopefully, yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. I'm Kirby.
I'm Dana.
And we are
Migratory Nerds.
Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get notified when all of our new videos drop.
Bye.
Bye.